policeman in front of you. We all are gathered here on the finale round of our speech competition. So first of all, I welcome to all of you in the grand finale. Today is the day when you all have to perform, you all have to show your confidence, your talent, your knowledge, what you have got, what you have done. Today is your day, guys. Today you all have to perform your best. So, you all know that we are celebrating and DIIT families celebrating the speech competition as a festival in every month. The motto of this speech competition is not selecting only the candidates who comes on the number 1, who come on the number 2, and who come on the number 3. The main motto of this speech competition is that just build up your confidence, because when you compete with your seniors, when you fight with your seniors, in that of the time, you know your confidence, you know your knowledge, and you know your ability, what you have ability. So, before by starting any programs, we should just take some seconds to our nation. So guys, before starting this speech competition and before discuss on this topic, first of all, we should just come on the mode of attention for our national anthem. After national anthem, we will start our speech competition. So, we all have to come on the mode of the attention, and when I speak 3, we all have to start. 1, 2, 3.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जगत तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाये पद जय गाथा जन गण मंगल गायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
So now it is time to start our speech competition. But before starting these programs, I want to say some lines to all of you who is competing in these speech competitions. Because this is the time to show up your confidence, this is the time to show off what you have learned and what you can perform in front of all. सफर में धूप तो होगी, अगर चल सको तो चलो. सफर में धूप तो होगी, अगर चल सको तो चलो. सभी है भीड़ में, तुम भी निकल सको तो चलो. सफर में धूप तो होगी, अगर चल सको तो चलो. सभी है भीड़ में, अगर तुम भी निकल सको तो चलो. किसी के वास्ते राहें कहाँ बदलती है, किसी के वास्ते राहें कहाँ बदलती है. तुम भी अपने आप को खुद बदल सको तो चलो. यहाँ किसी को कोई रास्ता नहीं देता, यहाँ किसी को कोई रास्ता नहीं देता. मुझे गिरा कर अगर तुम संभल सको तो चलो. जिंदगी, कुछ ख्वाब, कुछ याद, कुछ उम्मीदें। यही है जिंदगी, कुछ ख्वाब, कुछ याद, कुछ उम्मीदें। इन्हीं खिलौनों से तुम भी बहल सको तो चलो। So guys, before starting this speech competition, I want to call a person, and the person whom I am going to call, there is no need of the introduction, because all know that about him very well. He has done too much thing in the field of education. I can say that he has sacrificed his life for the development of education, for the development of students. He has given his careers for the careers of the students. You all know that from which person I am talking about. I am talking about our mentor, our motivator, our guide, our teacher, and the director of DIIT British English, Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Singh. So please give a huge round of applause for Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Singh.
So after a long time, the time has come where we all are just going to participate in a speech competition, and I hope that you all will just perform very well, and you know very well that what is our topic, and topic is Indian Constitution, and we also know very well that who is the creator of Indian Constitution, and we always give respect to our Constitution because it has given lots of things. And with the help of Indian Constitution, we are able to manage, or we are able to maintain law and order in our country. And we should give thanks to our Honorable Bhimrao Ambedkar, who just made, and we just feel proud on him, and that he has just made this type of constitution where we should follow and we should obey it. And you know also very well that this is the constitution which is called one of the best constitution in all over the world. And whenever any foreigners just talk about our constitution, they become surprised that India is the country where this type of constitutions are also happening. So one thing I must tell you that today's duration is 5 minutes, because we have increased 2 minutes more. The time was when you were in semi-finale or general round where you had to speak only 3 minutes. But today you all have to just stay at least 5 minutes. In 5 minutes you will have to go for 3 minutes for contents and 2 minutes for conclusion. And one thing I must tell you that 3 minutes is enough for content. So whatever you want to say, whatever you want to deliver, just deliver within 3 minutes. And after listening the bell, you have to listen. You have to just think that your 3 minutes is over, and after 3 minutes you are going to get only 2 minutes in which you have to just conclude each and everything. And you know very well that what are the marks, because and from which area you are going to get marks. So it is very important that you have to focus on that while you are just giving a speech. It may happen that you are a very good speaker, you have delivered your speech very well, but you just lack in respect of body language, then definitely you would not be able to get very good marks. So to become a very good speaker, it is also very important that we have to focus on our body language. And body language consists today like your voice should be up to the mark. Number 2 is that after voice you have to just look on each and every one, because eye contact will also give you 2 marks. 1 marks will come from manner part. How are you coming? How are you going? How are you going to start your speech? What are the sentences you are using? Is politeness sentence are used by or not? I am going to watch and each everything. Another thing is that after that 2 marks you will get through contents and 2 marks you will get through conclusion part. So you have to focus on each and everything so that you can just get marks, and you will be able to just be the part of top 10, because those students who will be in top 10, they will be asked 5 questions by me. And after that they will have to go for another round also, which will happen only on 3 or 4 minutes. And after that they will have a prize distribution ceremony. And you know very well that those students who have done good in general round, They are also going to get, yani top 3 students from general round will be awarded today. After that, top 3 students from semi-finale will be awarded today. And after that, you know very well that in grand finale, those students who will be the top, and they will come in for top 4, they will also be awarded by cups. And I hope that you all have to just think about that, how I have to get medal or cups, and you have to just perform well. You have to be the part of each and every round, so that you can just get your marks very well. So I hope that you all will just perform well. And once again, I'm just telling you, best of luck to you all, and just prepare yourself, improve your confidence level. And if you are going to forget any point, then you don't have to just show your nervousness, because if you are going to show your nervousness, your mind will be totally disturbed, and you would not be able to focus on each and everything. So it is very important that you have to just focus on each and everything, and for that it is also very important that you have to just look on each and every area. So if you are going to lose your confidence level, if you are just feeling nervousness, then you don't have to show nervousness in front of me, in front of audience, so that your marks would not be cut. So once again, best of luck to you all. Thank you.
So thank you, sir, for giving me your motivation and your points. So guys, you all know that today is your day and you all have to perform best. But before the performance, I just want to give you some suggestion from my side. And the suggestion is that this competition is not happening for the winners and losers, because this show your talents that you are in the grand finale rounds. It means you have developed and absolutely you have done better in your education. That's why you came here. So here there is the competition of winners and the losers. This is the competition of learners. It means here you can only win, and if you are not born, then absolutely you will learn many of the things that helps you in the field of English, in the fields of any other education, and in the journey of your life. So just try to give your best. Before the calling summons, I have just remembered a lines that is given by the Bhāratīya. There is a line of their poetry that हार क्या और जीत क्या किंचित नहीं भयभीत में. हार क्या जीत क्या किंचित नहीं भयभीत में, संघर्ष पथ पर जो भी मिला ये भी सही वो भी सही. So from this line I want to call a guys. I just want to introduce this guys. He is on the path of developing. That's I observe, and that wise I am observing that he is developing day by day. When he come, and nowadays his confidence level, his pronunciation, and his speaking qualities, each and everything has developed very much. And today I surprised too much to watch his confidence, because before the starting this session I have just asked to all of you who wants to be the first speakers. There are lots of the students sitting here, and everybody is just spoken that I want to be third, I want to be fourth, I want to be 10th, but no one want to be the first speakers. And suddenly the incident happens. A boy comes in this class with their raising hand, and he has just spoken that I want to be the first speakers. So I want to call the first speaker of this speech competition, Aryanjit Patel. So please give a huge round of applause for Aryanjit Patel.
So respected teacher and all my dear friends, a very good morning to all of you. Today is the grand finale round and we have a topic that is Indian Constitution. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak something about Indian Constitution. Firstly, what is Constitution? So Constitution is the basic principles and laws of a state or country that determines the power and duties of the government and guarantees certain rights to the people in it. It is adopted on 26 November 1949, but it came into action on 26 January 1950. As we all know that we celebrated Republic Day on 26 January. This is the reason. The Indian Constitution is also known as the Bhāratīya Saṃvidhāna, is the supreme law of India. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is known as the father of the Indian Constitution, but except B.R. Ambedkar, there were so many other people who do so many sacrifices and efforts for the making of Indian Constitution. Like B.N. Rao, who was the constituent advisor of the Constituent Assembly, and Surendra Banerjee, who was the chief draftsman of the Indian Constituent Assembly. The Indian Constitution is one of the lengthiest and longest constitution in all over the world, with more than 146,000 words in its English version. By the help of these persons, the infrastructure of the Indian Constitution was made. The Indian Constitution declares India a sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic republic, assures its citizens justice, equality, liberty, etc. There are two chambers of Indian Constitution, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. As we all know that the Lok Sabha is the lower house whose members are elected by the direct elections, whereas the Rajya Sabha is the upper house whose members are elected by the indirect elections. There are three branches of Indian Constitution. First one is Legislative Assembly. The legislature is generally the body that discuss and makes laws of the state or country. Second one is Executive Assembly. The executive is the organ that implements the power enacted by legislature. Prime Minister and Cabinet Minister are the main organ of Executive Assembly. Third one is Judiciary Assembly. The judiciary is the system of courts that apply the law in the Republic of India. There are four judiciary courts in India, that is Supreme Courts, High Courts, Subordinate Courts and District Courts. It has 395 articles and 8 schedules. The total number of amendments are 105 and the 105th amendment was introduced on 10th August 2021. There are 22 parts of the Indian Constitution, that is fundamental rights, fundamental duties, directive principles, municipalities, elections, citizenship and so on. If I talk about the advantage of the Indian Constitution, then I would like to say that the first advantage is that it protects and supports the citizen of India. Second advantage is that all the powers are divided into two parts, that is central and state. If I talk about the disadvantage of the Constitution of India, then I would like to say that the first disadvantage is that it lacks flexibility. Second is delay in government activities, because we can easily see that the government after having any incidents, the government takes action very lately. Last but not least, I would like to say that we talk about freedom and equality, but we can easily see that there is no equality in our society. We can see that discrimination in caste, creeds and colors. But the Indian Constitution is best for us, and we should follow our Indian Constitution. So because East or West, India is the best. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Anandji. You have spoken very well, and you have spoken all points of the Indian constitutions that should be, and this shows that your confidence, this shows that your knowledge, and this shows that your data collection. This is also so that you have developed too much, you have improved yourself, and now it is time to call the next speaker. So guys, I am going to call the boys who is a very hardworking and the very talented boys. He has also got a lot of knowledge in the fields of English. And he is also a developing voice, and nowadays he is working hard for development of their English. So, please welcome with a huge round of clap, MD Mahfouz.
A very sweet and charming good morning to all of you. A boy who is standing behind this podium. This is Mr. Mahfouz from 1:30 p.m. batch. Friends, today to speak about Indian Constitution, please try to listen carefully. Friends, a constitution is the backbone of the democratic country where we are living in. It sets law and order, which is followed by all other institutions of the country. The word constitution is derived from French origin, which means law and order. A drafting committee was framed back in 1946 for the formation of the Indian Constitution. And it was headed by Dr. Ambedkar sir, who is also known as the father of Indian Constitution. And about 389 members had a meeting for 140 times to decide a Constitution of India over 3 years. Now finally in the Constitution of India was endorsed in our Constitution on 26 November 1949 and came into effect on 26 January in 1950, which is celebrated as Republic Day in our country. After that, our Constitution is the longest constitution in the world, and it starts with preamble and talk about liberty, equality, secularism and fraternity. Our Constitution consists of 448 articles, 12 schedules, 105 amendments and approx 1,45,000 words in it. In the last 70 years of independence, the Constitution of India has been amended over 100 of times to develop the more effective constitution. And some of the essential features of the constitution was to bring out from the some biggest constitution in the world, that is France, Britain, USA, Germany and USSR were taken to form the Indian Constitution and make the Indian Constitution to more detailed and more comprehensive constitution in the world. India is a diversified country, so as it is a problem, but with the help of Constitution, the lots of problems are solved by the Constitution. That is why the reason of our Constitution is so lengthy, and our Constitution was initially written in both Hindi and English language. Our Constitution is the longest Constitution in the world, which is handwritten. The fundamental rights and values which are celebrated today is all the toward for the Constitution. The value of liberty, equality, secularism and fraternity are not celebrated in all over in India but also all over the world. Lastly, friends, I would like to conclude my speech, and I would like to say that the struggle for a freedom at the aware of people of civil rights and duties of the individual of our Constitution, and has enlisted and preserved those moral rights in the field, and which is also known as the fundamental rights. The Constitution has given to the power of equality and welfare of the people has to power of the equality of without any discrimination of based on caste, creed, religion, place of birth, colors, etc. And our Constitution India has one of the most vigorous constitution in the world, and which help us to become one of the most transparent democracy country in the world. We all must be proud of our country and constitution. With this conclusion, I end my speech, and I give a lot of thanks to our sir who has given me such a beautiful opportunity to speak about my thoughts on Indian Constitution. Thank you to listen my speech.
Thank you, Mahfouz. You have spoken very well. And now it is time to call the next speaker. But before speaking her, I want to say some things. The guys, if someone is identify you, if you are known with your face, then there is no speciality in you. But if you are known for your talent, it means something is special in you. So guys, I am going to call that girl who is known for their speech, who is known for their voice, and his voice is like their name. She is a very talented girl, and she has the ability to speak on the podiums more than 24 hours. The girls, his speech is always goes to marvelous. He always speaking on the points, and his confidence levels is always goes on the highest. So please welcome with the huge round of the clap, Suhani Singh.
दर्जनों भाषा सैकड़ों विधि हजारों विधान है जो जोड़कर सबको साथ रखे वो हमारा संविधान है. So a very charming and splendid good morning to our dear respected sir and my all dear friends. A girl who is standing behind to this podium. This is Suhani Singh from 9am batch. Today I am very happy because sir has given me a golden opportunity to speak something about the topic Indian Constitution in front of you. So friends, what I am going to speak, please try to listen carefully. First of all, I would like to say that what is Constitution? So a rule set by a country through which a country can run smoothly is called the Constitution. India has been under the British rule for almost 2 centuries. In the earlier part of 20th century, the Indian rebellion grew to declare the right to rule and govern themselves. The people of India wanted their own constitution. It was the Congress party who first demanded the Constituent Assembly. The British government had accepted that demand in 1940. The Constituent Assembly was formed to write the draft of the Indian Constitution. The first president of the Constituent Assembly was Dr. Sachidanand Sinha, and Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was selected as the chairman. And Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar is also known as the father of the Indian Constitution. So the Indian Constitution was drafted by 299 delegates from different caste, religion and gender. These delegates took 2 years, 11 months, 18 days to prepare the draft constitution. It was completed on 26th November 1949. This day is celebrated as the National Constitution Day of India. In the next year on 26th January 1950, the Constitution of India came into effect and became the supreme law of the country. The time between 26th November to 26th January was used to write the Hindi version of the Constitution of India. I want to say that what is the main features of Constitution of India. So number 1 is largest written constitution. The Indian Constitution is the longest written constitution in the world. At present, this constitution has 448 articles and 12 schedules. A total of 1,77,369 words are included in this constitution. The next one is incorporation of flexibility and rigidity. So the Indian Constitution is a mixture of flexibility and rigidity because it is neither very rigid like America, Switzerland and countries like France and Japan, nor very flexible like Britain and Israel. Next one is secular country. So the Indian Constitution is a secular country, which means all the religion present in India will get equal protection and respect in this country. According to this, the government will provide equal opportunities to everyone. The next one is integrated and independent judiciary. So the Indian Constitution provides for a unified and independent judiciary system. The Supreme Court of India is the supreme one. It has power over all the court of India. The next one is fundamental duties. So the fundamental duties have been included in the Constitution under the 42 Constitutional Amendment Act 1976 to create a sense of harmony and equal brotherhood among the people of India beyond the all forms of discrimination based on religion, caste and class. Lastly, I would like to say that our Constitution tells us how our country should work. It gives certain valuable rights to everyone, which are absent in other countries. I want to share an interesting point is that our Constitution was criticized a lot in the beginning. Winston Churchill had said that the newly independent India will not be able to survive. But the efforts of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and Jawaharlal Nehru had made this impossible task possible by bringing all the divided states together. Being a citizen of India, there are some moral responsibilities and duties mentioned in the Constitution which we have to follow. Like we have to respect our national flag and national anthem. We should obey the laws of our country. We should protect and preserve our cultural heritage sites. We should protect and preserve and improve our natural environment. I want to say that the creation of the Indian Constitution is not the story of one day. It is the result of many years' efforts. Today's generation gets everything decorated on a plate, so they do not have any cost of this freedom. Our country has suffered a lot by British ruler for almost 200 years. We cannot even imagine how unbearable that time was. We are very fortunate that we were born in this independent India, and where there is no restriction to go anywhere, where there is no restriction to say anything, to start any business. We should proud ourselves that we are the citizen of this country. The country has a so beautiful constitution. Thank you so much for listening my speech.
जिंदगी के असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है। जिंदगी के असली उड़ान अभी बाकी है। जिंदगी के कई इम्तिहान अभी बाकी है। अभी तो नापी है मुट्ठी भर जमीन, अभी तो नापना पूरा आसमान अभी बाकी है। So really guys, if I am talking about my personal, I become very motivated after the listening of your speech, because you all have spoken very well, and as I think that it becomes the very difficult situations for the director of DIIT. It becomes the very difficult situations for our sir to select the top 10 speakers, because that I observing you all have spoken very well. So now it is time to call the next speaker, and she is also the very good speaker. She has also ability to speak on the any topics without any preparation. But this topic is given before 2 or 3 days, so absolutely she will also speak on the points, and she will also speaks well. So please welcome with the huge rounds of clap Geeta Sudarshini.
Respected sir, all seniors and my all dear friends. Good morning to all of you. As we all know that today is speech competition, and today I am very happy. First of all, I wish to gratitude to our all respected sir who has given me a golden opportunity to speak something about our Indian Constitution. Before I start my speech, I want to introduce myself in front of you all. So friends, a girl who is standing behind the podium, this is Mrs. Geeta from 3PM batch, and I am a student of BSc, and today I am standing here to speak something about our Indian Constitution. So friends, now what I am going to speak, please try to listen carefully. First of all, Constitution. What is Constitution? If I give you the definition of Constitution in short form, then the Constitution is the framework documents or a book of rules, and the Constitution is the framework documents which is the framework documents or a book that help or guides the government to work smoothly, and this is called the Constitution. And now if I talk about our Indian Constitution, that Indian Constitution is the one of the largest constitution in the world, and Indian Constitution is the only constitution. This is handwritten in total 2 languages, Hindi and English also. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar is also known as the father of Indian Constitution, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi was decided to celebrate our Indian Constitution Day 26th 1950, the numbers of articles in our constitution was 390, and the numbers of parts in our constitution was 22, and the numbers of schedule was 12. But now at present we have the numbers of articles is 448, and the numbers of parts is 25, parts and subparts also, and the numbers of schedule is 12. And now if I talk about its adopted many things, then it was adopted our national flags tricolor in 22 July 1948. Sorry for mistake. 22 July 1947, and it adopted our national song Vande Mataram, who's written by our Bankim Chandra ji. It adopted our 24 January 1950, and it adopted our national anthem Janagan, who's written by our Rabindranath Tagore in 24 January 1950. And lastly, I would like to say that to all students, if you fail to achieving your goals, then change the strategy, not your goals, and don't stop to chasing your dreams, because dreams comes true, and never think that I cannot do it, or because positivity is the key of success. And lastly, kill the tension before it kill you, and kill the tension before it kill you, and achieve the goals before the goals kill you, and lastly, live your life before life will you.
Thank you, Geeta. You have tried to do best. So guys, in the last, that's Geeta has spoken, that's the fail. The Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam has also given the meaning of fails. The meaning of fail is not you have lost each and everything in your life. The meaning of fail is that first attempts in the learnings. So if I fail anywhere, so we should just try to know the reason. What is the reason to lose our confidence? What is the reasons of failures? Because we should just try to change our path. We should not try to change our goal. So now I am going to call the next speaker, and he is a very good speaker, and he is known for their voice, for their speech, as well as he is the man of the word. His speech always goes up to the mark. So please welcome with a huge round of the clap, MD Muzamil.
A very sweet and charming good morning to all of you. This is Mr. Muzammil from 1:30 p.m. batch. I am 19 years old. I was born and brought up in Muzaffarpur. At present, I am pursuing Bachelor of Business Administration from Maulana Mazrul University in Patna. Today I am very happy because I reached in finale in speech competition, and now I am going to speak about Indian Constitution. So friends, what I am going to speak, please try to listen carefully. Friends, Indian Constitution was adopted on 26 November 1949, but it officially came into effect from 26 January 1950. The Constitution of India is the supreme law of the country. Three branches of Indian Constitution: executive, legislature, and judiciary, and two chambers of Indian Constitution, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. The chairman of Indian Constituent Assembly was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and he is also known as the father of nation. The Constitution is written by the people and for the people of India. Presently, it has 448 articles with 12 schedule after 105 amendments. It guides and makes the government system work smoothly. The system is very good and helpful. The system is very good and helpful. The Indian Constitution was a help for everybody, and please know and learn the Indian Constitution rule. Indian Constitution has kept judiciary as an independent body. The Indian Constitution are the best rule of our country. The Indian Constitution has kept more and more executive and legislature things. There are 1,17,369 words in the original English version of the word. There are and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is creator of the Indian Constitution. Lastly, I would like to say that our Constitution plays a very important role for developing country. Indian Constitution destroy the corruption and many bad things, and protect for the very bad thing. And we should know and learn the rule of Indian Constitution, and we should proud on this beautiful Constitution. Thanks to listen my speech.
क्यों डरे कि जिंदगी में क्या होगा? क्यों डरे कि जिंदगी में क्या होगा? अगर कुछ ना हुआ तो तजुर्बा होगा. Thank you, Muzamil. You have tried to give in your best, and I have also hoped that absolutely one day you become the winner of this speech competition. So now it is time to call the next speaker. She is a very talented, self-motivated, and self-developing girl. She is working too much in the field of English for development of their English. She is also the collection of data. She has also ability to speak a lot of the time on the podium. So please welcome with a huge round of the clap, Nazia Siddiqui.
Respected sir and all my dear friends, good evening to all of you. The girl who is standing behind podium, this is Miss Nazia Siddiqui from 420 batch friends. Today I am very happy because I have got an opportunity to do something about the Constitution of India. So please listen carefully. The Constitution of India is very important because it states the supreme law of country. It contains the fundamental rights, duties of all citizens, and lay down the political code of conduct and power structure and duties of all government citizens. It is the longest written national constitution in the world. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar knows that the father of Indian Constitution. It was adopted by the Constituent Assembly. It was constituted by the Constituent Assembly of India on 26 November 1949. Become effective 26 January 1950. The Constitution replaced the Government of India. The Government of India Article 1935 as a country's as a country's documenting the dominion of republic become the Republic of India. In India celebrate the Constitution on 26 January as a Republic Day. The objective if I talk about the main objective of Indian Constitution include segregation, secularism, socialism, democracy, republic. Also apart from this, justice, liberty, fraternity is also a part of Indian Constitution. If I talk about the right of Indian, our right in the Indian Constitution, the right to protect, the Bill of Right protect the Bill of Right protect freedom to speech, freedom to religion, and freedom to the right to keep and bear arms, freedom to assembly, and freedom to petition. It also inhibits the unseasonable search to seizure, cruel, unusual punishment, and self-incrimination. Lastly, I would like to conclude my speech. Constitution is a complete blend of all the provision. Thus, the provision and article. Article is the complete blend of all the provision and article. It in itself make it the apex law of state. The soul of Constituent Assembly implementing and interpreting any type of the article must always be considered. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Nazia, for you have delivered very well. And now it is time to call the boy. He is not handsome only with their face, but also he is also handsome by heart. He is the man of God. When he starts speaking, the all moves converted into the silence to listen his speech, because his speech is not only the data and only the information, because when he speaks with emotions and a lot of the thing. So please welcome with a huge round of the clap MD Sajjad.
Respected sir and all my dear friends, good afternoon, good morning to all of you. This is Mohammad Sajjad standing in front of you from batch 1:30 p.m. Today I am very happy because I have got a golden opportunity to speak something about our Indian Constitution. So friends, what I am going to speak, please listen to me carefully. India is under the rule of British government for about 2 centuries. In the earlier of 20th century, many rebellions grew up to declare their rights and rule. So that for this we want our own Indian Constitution. So first Indian Congress Party demanded the Constitution from British government accepted the Constitution in 1914. So they created the Constituent Assembly. First meeting of the Constituent Assembly held on 9 December 1946. Muslim League boycotted the meeting, insisted they want their separate nation, that is Pakistan. Thus the meeting is held on and only 211 members were participated out of 389. Dr. Satyanarayana Sinha was elected as the temporary president of the cabinet assembly. Later, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was elected as the permanent president of the Constituent Assembly. Similarly, both H.C. Mukherjee and V.T. Krishnamacharya was elected as the vice president of the Indian Constitution. Our Indian Constitution was completed in 26 November 1949, but it was come on force on 26 January 1950. Because of its important historical background, That is, on 1930, the day was celebrated as Purna Swaraj. Our Constituent Assembly adopted our national flag on 22 July 1947. It adopted national anthem on 24 January 1950. It adopted a national song on 24 January 1950. It elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as the first president of the India in 24 January 1950. Our constitution has taken time 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Our constitution maker goes through the 16 constitution of total of the world, and it expenditures at about 64 lakhs. Many criticism was evolved on the constitution. That our constitution is borrowed constitution, bag of borrowings, and best constitution in the world. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar answered all this criticism that all the constitution has been made before, but when we made our constitution, we take their articles which was suited us and implement it by modifying it according to our necessary need. So, friends, lastly I would like to say that our constitution gives us many rights. I am here because of our constitution gives me right to go anywhere in our country, settle in anywhere. I am not belongs from Muzaffarpur. I belong from Vaishali, and I came here because of our constitution give me right in according to Article 19 to go anywhere and settle anywhere in our country. As for example, we all have to learn our constitution because it needs a lot in our life and means a lot to our. For an example, many people know here that when a police comes to in village or in anywhere, many people run away from their house because most of them don't know the knowledge of our constitution. If we know our constitution, we will ask them why we are come here to arrest me. And if you are, do you have any arrest warrant? And if you arresting me, then first without warrant, then show me in front of magistrate within 24 hours. If we don't do so, then we can knock the door of the Supreme Court by Article 32 and to the High Court by Article 226. Also, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was the father of the Indian Constitution, told that the soul of our Indian Constitution was Article 32, who gives us a right to knock the gate of Supreme Court or High Court when we are feeling that our constitutional right has violated. Thank you. Have a nice day.
ये वक्त की बेवफाई भी बड़ी अजीब है यारों। ये वक्त की बेवफाई भी बड़ी अजीब है यारों। कभी ये रुकती नहीं तो कभी कटती नहीं। Thank you, Sir. You have spoken very well, and 5 minutes is very less for you for your speech. But we have also time one lesson, so we can't do anything. So guys, now it is time to hold your breath because it is time to call the special person. And before the callings, I just want to say something. कि अभी कुछ देर की खामोशी है, फिर शोर आएगा। अभी कुछ देर की खामोशी है, फिर शोर आएगा, और तुम्हारा तो बस ये लम्हा है, हमारा दौर आएगा। I don't know which types of speech he has given here, he will give here to come on the podium. But I am very confidently about him because I know him very well. I don't know he will got any prize, any medals in this speech competition or not. These all are in the hand of our mentor, our director. But yes, or these all are on the hand of your performance, then who will perform best. But I am confirmed that due to this speech competition, he had learned too many things. Because when this speech competition was announced, he had started their workings. He had prepared more than 50 topics for this, because he have no idea that which types of topics will come on the external session. So, and he had just watched all videos of the DIIT British English YouTube channel, because previous year question is also necessary for the examination, I can say that. So as he think that it's maybe that the speech can be repeated, just like the speech that you are speaking, it is also the topics of the semi-final round, and you have also got the chance to speak on the final rounds. So I have a not idea that what he speaks and what he got, but I just want to say him personally that due to this speech competition, he had learned too many things. He had learned a lot of the things due to this speech competition, and his excitement is also up to the marks. His preparation is also up to the marks. So I think many of the you know him very well, because he is not only the good speaker, as well as he is the good commentator, and he is a very friendly guy. So please welcome with a huge round of the clap, Mr. Bhāratīya.
First of all, very warm good morning to all of you. Today I have got a chance to speak over here, but before going ahead, I would like to thank my dear sir for this golden opportunity. Today is a speech competition day, and again I thank the 100 million of Mr. Anchors. So I have few times, then I speak. Now I am the start of the speaking. So today is the speech competition and very wonderful topic, Indian Constitution. First of all we know that India is under the British rule 2 centuries. When India is independent, at that time the Indian Constitution is made because of the running of the country is smoothly. So that's why the Indian Constitution is made. Now I am talking about the Indian Constitution. So Indian Constitution is the longest constitution in the world, and it is written by the Bhimrao Ambedkar. He is the father of India, and also he is the longest constitution in the world. So the Indian Constitution is 22 November 1949, and it is made the central law of Indian Constitution is 26 January and 1915. We are celebrating the Indian Constitution as a republic day. There were 22 articles, 395 parts, and 8 schedules. But nowadays there are 22 articles, 395 articles, and 8 schedules Indian Constitution. First of all, now I am talking about the fundamental right. What is fundamental? Of any person who has own freedom to write against the freedom of his. No one can snatch of their freedoms through by the government, through by of the any peoples. That's why the fundamental right has created. Fundamental right has created only the protect of all the citizens. Indians should be equal treated all the citizens. So first of all thing is that right to equality. Right to equality on the probability and equality on the basis of caste, on the basis of gender, on the basis of place, on the basis of birth. On the basis of choice, it means that you have one choice to reach. If you are liking the Western culture, then adopt it. If you are liking the Indian culture, they adopt it. Second thing is that right of freedoms. You have one freedom to speech of ourselves. explanation. If you then motivate to our of the countries. And third is the right against exploitation. Nowadays, these things are happening many more. Child labor, human trafficking, there are many more happening in our countries. Now I am talking about emergency prevention. Emergency prevention is that type of prevention if suddenly any action, any other terrorist attack to our countries, that time the president had legal action, quickly action of this country. This is the emergency prevention. Lastly, I conclude in my speech. First of all, thing is that government should take a responsible for those child. They are working for the industries. They are working for the many more things. Child is the future of our countries. So this thing is not happening in our society, in our countries. Second thing is that all Indians are equal rights. Then equal rights, but nowadays we have seen in our society right to equality of the gender, right to equality of the caste. If you change the mindset, then also equality is also change, remove of our society. Fourth in that everyone should be equal freedoms. No one, anyone snatch, anyone praise of this person. I think that one of the social media is the best platform of everyone. So can express of your point of view. So that's the last one thing is that fundamental right is the strongest right, but they had not one protect equally. So that's why the thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Rupesh. You have spoken very well. And now it is time to call the next speaker. Before calling him, I just want to say some things about him. The boy who is going to a speech is a very talented, very motivated, and very intelligent boy. His speaking quality is also best, and when he comes on the podium, when he used to come on the stage, that moves convert into the silence. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Mr. Divyanshu.
Hello everyone, a very charming and splendid good morning to all. This is Divyanshu from 9 batch. At first, I'd like to give thanks to our respected sir who has given me this golden opportunity to speak something in front of you all. Today, as we all know that today is our grand finale and our topic is Indian Constitution. I feel that this is a topic that is very important for us to discuss. Like in our country, I don't know. I think that many people don't know what are their rights, and for themselves they can fight. I feel that everyone should read constitution of our India at least once in his life. Not only the fundamental rights. It's necessary that if you try to read the whole constitution, you learn that what are the things that are necessary for our India. And if you read our constitution once, you can say that what are the things that should be changed in our country. If I talk about our Indian constitution is one of the best constitution in the world. It is also one of the longest constitution in the world, which is handwritten. Indian constitution consists of 465 articles, 22 amendments, and 12 schedules, and 1,46,385 words in it. A drafting committee has framework in 1946 for the formation of Indian constitution, which is headed by Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. And there are 389 members in it. There are 389 members. There are 389 members meeting for more than about 145 times for the formation of Indian Constitution, and finally at 26 November 1949 our Constitution came in our Constitution endorsed, and in 26 January 1950 it set effect. I think that everyone should come here and tell you that the details of the Constitution, what are the things that is in it, and their fundamental right. But I think that I want to put my point of view about our Constitution of India is that there are a lot of things that if you learn our Constitution of India and it is implemented in a proper way, I think at the time that is passed, we will be the world power. But our Constitution is not implemented in proper way. There are a lot of things that is changed by our governments, but for to better it. But I think that those things that are made, and if they implement these things in proper way, we will become the world power in very less time. And I feel that for the details of the Constitution of India, you can Google it. But I feel that rather than this, everyone should put their what they think about our Constitution of India. Rather, today is our grand finale, so that's why we all should learn and come here to speak. But I think that everyone should everyone should really put their opinion, what they think about the Constitution of India, and what are the things that they want to change in our Constitution of India. And there are a lot of things that are implemented and changed in Constitution of India. And I think that Constitution of India is made by the best. There are a lot of things that are taken from the best Constitution of India, like there are best Constitution in the world, like the US, France, Germany, and a lot of states or countries. But so that's why maybe this is the reason. That's why Indian Constitution is one of the best Constitution. That's why. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And now it is time to call the next speaker. Before speaking her, I want to say something about her. She is not only the beautiful by face, but also she is the beautiful by heart. She is known for her voice, for her speech, as well as for their talents. She is not talented in the field of English, but also she is also talented in the different fields. His speaking quality is also up to the marks, and I can say that very confidently about her, because there was a time when she used to debate with the 9M batch, with the advanced batch. So please welcome with a huge round of the clap, Kriti Raj.
Very good morning to all of you from the core of my heart. I am Kriti Raj from 9M batch, and as we all know that today is our grand finale of speech competition. So friends, I am going to deliver a speech on the topic of Indian Constitution. And firstly, I would like to thank to my sir and anchor to just giving me a golden opportunity to say something about this topic. So let's start without wasting our time. I will talk about what is about Constitution, about our fundamental rights, history of Indian Constitution, and lastly conclusion. So Constitution is the written document, and it is a collection of rules and orders. It is the if I talk about Indian Constitution, it is the largest constitution of the world, and it is the only constitution that is written in English and Hindi, both languages. And officially the Constitution of India was written and adopted on 26 November 1949, but it came into effect on 26 January 1950, and which is celebrated on as a Republic Day of India, and also that is the national festival of our country. And 26 November is celebrated as the Indian Constitution Day. That is, and it was firstly celebrated on the year of 2015. Now, if I talk about the history of Constitution, that the Indian Constitution was prepared by the Constituent Assembly, and Dr. Rajendra Prasad was selected as a chairman of Indian Constitution, and Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was the chairperson of drafting committee, and he is also known as the father of our Indian Constitution because he has contributed a lot for making our Constitution, and he has contributed as comparison to the other person, he has contributed a lot. And if I talk about who has written Indian Constitution, then Bhāratīya Saṃvidhāna was written Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution for making it fully, it took approx 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Now, if I talk about its amendments and articles, so Indian Constitution had at present there are 448 articles in the 25 parts, and 12 schedules and 104 amendments have been made in Indian Constitution. Now, if I talk about Indian Constitution had given some fundamental rights and fundamental duties to the citizens of the country. So, if I talk about fundamental rights, so we have right that the above age of 18, the country above age the 18 years, they have right to give vote also, and we have a right to equality, right against exploitation. We have right to freedom. We can do any business. We can live in any part of any country. And there are also some fundamental duties that people follow, and people just perform his or her duty honestly and diligently. Our fundamental duties are not about but something I say that is we should just follow and just follow rules honestly, our Indian Constitution rules. So we should respect our Indian Constitution and our Indian flag. We should just protect our Indian Constitution. And lastly, I would like to conclude my speech that Constitution is the supreme law of India, and our Constitution, Indian Constitution is one of the best constitutions in all over the world because it has made by after studying all over the Constitution of every country, and it has just adopted only good things from other constitution of every country. And yes, our Indian Constitution had just criticized by saying credit bad, but I think, and we already know, everyone knows that our Constitution is famous in all over the world, and it is the largest and very good, and it is a great example of an ideal Constitution. And so we should just proud, and I can say proudly that yes, I am citizen of India, and I have a great Indian Constitution. And we should just follow our Constitution. We have right to speak anything against our rights. We have right to just equality. We have right to just follow any religion. And India is known for India is full of different castes and religion. But in spite of that, we are living in peace and peaceful. Thank you very much.
ये घड़ी की टिक टिक भी बड़ी अजीब है। ये घड़ी की टिक टिक भी बड़ी अजीब है, न खुद टिकती है न दूसरे को टिकने देती है। Thank you, Preeti. You have spoken very well. And now it is time to call the next speaker. But before calling her, I have written some lines for her, so I just want to share with you कि अपने माँ बाप की आन है और DIIT की शान है। अपने माँ बाप की आन है और DIIT की शान है, जिसे तुम हवा समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हो वो हवा नहीं आने वाला तूफान है। I am going to call the God who is also known as the motivational speaker. Many of the times he used to motivate their juniors as well as she used to motivate their classmates. She is a very talented, self-motivated, confident, as well as the collection of data. The guys, I just want to give you a suggestion, but this is not only the suggestion. You can understand it as a warning also. It all depends on you, that what you have taken, this is the suggestion for you or this is the warnings for you. Because if you really want to fight, if you want to see yourself as a top 10 speaker, as a top 6 speakers, I can say that definitely you have to face her. You have to compete with her. So please welcome with a huge round of clap, Mrs. Rakhi.
So good morning, sir, and good morning, my all dear friends. Today our grand finale and our topic is very good and very fantastic, which is related with our India, and that is Indian Constitution. So what I am going to speak about, listen carefully, and thank you, sir, for giving me this golden opportunity to speak something about this fantastic topic for a grand finale. So I am starting my speech. Before starting my speech, I want to tell about of India, because where we live, as we all know that India is a democratic country and India is the 7th largest country in this whole world, and India got independent on the August 15, 1947. And India is also famous for lots of things like bear, festivals. There are lots of people who just live together, and India is also famous for its constitution, because our constitution is the lengthiest constitution in this whole world. Before telling about of Indian constitution, I want to tell about of what is constitution. So the basic knowledge and basic principle laws of a nation, then social group that determine the power and duties of the government, and not only the government, they guarantee certain rights between government and the people in it. So now I would like to tell about of the Indian Constitution. So as we all know that the Indian Constitution is the lengthiest constitution in this whole world, and it has 448 articles and in a 25% full schedule. If I am talking about of articles, there are lots of things like fundamental rights, fundamental duties, citizenship, territories. There are lots of things we cannot define. Our article is the very high and very written in very lowest largest. If I am talking about of their schedules, there are lots of things in schedules like Rajya Sabha, municipality, languages, there are territories and information, immunizations. There are lots of things in our schedules. Our country live with very different castes, different religions, different cultures, and they live together. That's why we are calling India a university in diversity. And they have a lots of state that the people who just drafted and had to focus the minute details. Besides, the constitution have been amendment many times and added many laws, lots of the time rules, and as a result we can see that our constitution become very lengthiest and highest. If I am talking about its flexibility, so no one can modify. Why we cannot modify? If the government have a lots of majority power, lots of power, if the people have a lots of power, yet it is not easily modifiable. That's the power of our constitution. If I am talking about of its time, so the creation of the constitution took only 166 days. It means if I divide it across a 2 years, 11 months and 18 days period, this is the big thing for our constitution. So what is the need of constitution? So our constitution gives us rights, duties for the government, and not for the government, it also give a rights and duty for our people who just live together, who just then generate trust and coordination between government and our people, who just live together. And lastly, I want to conclude my speech. In my conclude, I just really proud of myself as an Indian, because I am an Indian. I am proud of our constitution, because they have a power. We can elect our any candidate after 5 years. This is the big thing, and also a big beautiful thing about our constitution. No one can modify, no one can change. This is the very longest and largest. And if I am talking about some examples, that if a government do crime and if this normal public do crime, so there have no any differences, because which person given by the Supreme Court of that government, that VIP person, then also punishment given by the public, because we are equal and we have a right. We can protest, we can tell our rights, which the under of rights we can tell our who is the right. I can tell if the police came in your home and they arrest you, you can tell how can you arrest. We have a right, but you should aware for yourself. If you will aware, if you know about the constitution, who is your rights, what is your duties, then you can do each and everything, and you can tell where is your warrant, then you can arrest me without any reason. You cannot arrest me, and this is the big thing. We are this generation in 21st century. We should aware, we should know about the laws and rights, duties, which is written by our constitution. So we should just focus. And I want to tell one thing again, that the biggest responsibility has given to our police, because our police maintain our law and law maintenance. This is very big responsibility which is given by our police, and we should cooperate to everyone because we live in India. So that's all about us, my country. Thank you very much.
पल पल तड़पते थे जिस पल के लिए, पल पल तड़पते थे जिस पल के लिए, वो पल भी मिला कुछ पल के लिए. Thank you, Rakhi. You have spoken very well. But now it is time to call the next speaker. The guys, she is also very good speaker, and when she speaks, the crowds automatically change in the silence. So please welcome with a huge round of the clap, Miss Sneha.
Respected sir and my dear friends, good morning to all of you friends. Today I am very happy because I am standing behind the podium, and today is great finale of a speech competition, and thanks to Mr. Sanjeev Singh sir to give me golden opportunity to speak something about our topic, something about Indian Constitution. So friends, what I am going to speak, please try to listen carefully. First of all, we all are proud to be an Indian. India is the 7th and 2nd largest country in the term of population and area. India is the largest democratic country. We have lots of progress in this day in our country. Our Indian Constitution came into 26th November 1949, and on 26th January 1950, our Constitution is afforded of our country. Our constitution tell us same rights and same duties for all over the citizens, and our constitution tell us how our country works, should work. Our one interesting point in our constitution, Mr. Charles said newly independent India is not able to progress, but Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru had impossible things to possible, and all the divided states together. Our Indian Constitution in handwriting, there are 1,17,398 words in original English version of our Constitution. Our Constitution kept in the Parliament Library, New Delhi. Our Constitution handwriting by the Mr. Prem Bihari Narayan Rajada. And Prem Narayan Bihari Rajada, our constitution and is all over the world, is greatest constitution in the world, and all the peoples are follow our constitution is very quickly, and very quickly our Indian constitution had features of different countries. Mr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was analyzed the different countries and wrote in our Constitution of India. So Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was president of our Indian Constitution. And lastly, I would like to say that our constitution is the greatest constitution in the world. In eyes of constitution, no one is big, no one is small, neither rich, neither poor. All are equal, and our constitution is equal rights to all the citizens. Above the 18 years old, all peoples are get the rights to voters, and all the students, teachers, and all Indian peoples are right to follow to our Indian Constitution. And thanks to freedom fighters to give me independent India and giving for our constitution. So thank you to listen my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunil. You have spoken very well. And now it is time to call the next speaker. The guys, hold your breath, because the girl who is going to come on the podium, she is a very talented, and she is the rising star of the DIIT. She is a very fluent speaker, as well as she is also the collection of data. So please welcome with a huge round of the clap, Sania Chaudhary.
Good morning to respected teachers, seniors, and my dear friends. First of all, I introduce myself. I am Sania Chaudhary from 9 West. Friends, as we all know, today is Grand Finale and the topic is Indian Constitution. So friends, what I am saying, please listen carefully. As I start, I say summarize about India. India is a peaceful and democratic country. It is the second most populated and the seventh largest country. In India, there are so many religions. And castes living together. India is famous for its culture, its festival, etc. Okay. Our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, says that if we want to know our constitution, then only read the preamble of the constitution. Our constitution. Constitution of India is the supreme law of India. Constitution of India is the supreme law of India. Sorry.
जिंदगी को जख्म की लज्जत से मत मरहूम कर, जिंदगी को जख्म की लज्जत से मत मरहूम कर, रास्ते के पत्थरों से खैरियत मालूम कर। जिंदगी को जख्म की लज्जत से मत मरहूम कर, रास्ते के पत्थरों से खैरियत मालूम कर। अपने टूट के बिखरे हुए तलवार के टुकड़े उठा और अपने हार जाने का सबब मालूम कर। Thank you, Sania. You have spoken very well. You have tried to give your best. So guys, now it is time to take some breaks. So your next rounds of the speech competition will start on 10:30. Thank you.